So good morning to all of you. Today we will go for the unit number 4, that is a paradigm in ubiquitous computing. So why to study paradigm? What are the concerns of paradigm? What is human-computer interaction? How human will interact with the computer, that we have to study. So why the paradigm is required? What are the concerns of paradigm? In this, how can an interactive system be developed to ensure its usability? Means suppose user want to design any system, how the system will be handled by the novice user, that we have to find. If you are using any computer, then if a human want to handle the computer who is a novice user, what are the facilities that are provided to the user, that we have to study with the help of ubiquitous computing. How can the usability of interactive system be demonstrated or measured? History of interactive system design provides paradigms for the usable design. So how the interactive system we have to design and how it will be efficient to use and design. So what are the paradigms? Predominant theoretical frameworks for scientific worldview. For example, Newtonia, Estonia paradigms in physics. So in ubiquitous computing, we have to understand the SCI, human-computer interaction history, is largely about understanding a series of paradigm shifts. Not all the listed here are necessarily paradigms shift, but are the least candidate. History will judge which are the true shifts. So, paradigms of interaction. New computing technologies arrive, creating a new perception of the human-computer relationship. We can trace some of these shifts in the history of interactive technology. The initial paradigm. So, first one is your batch processing. So, in batch processing, we are creating a job, a batch of job, which will be given as an input, and then it will generate the output. So this is an example of batch processing. So as we see how the inputs are given here and how the outputs are occurring. Here the jobs are given as an input and we will get as a result of each job. So here impersonal computing. Now how it will be for second one? Time sharing. So in this, a time slot was allocated for each process and then it will give the output. So in time processing, some milliseconds time will be given. Time sharing will be done by the multiple processes or job that want to execute. Then this is an interactive computing. Then networking. In networking, more than one PCs connect to one another and then they will share the data or resource that they want to communicate. And so in this way, the information will be shared from one to multiple user with the help of networking. Then came the concept of community computing. So networking also called as a community computing. Graphical display. Now, initially, if you are using the DOS operating system, it was not having any graphical display. So using graphical, it is easy to handle the different information by any user he want to do any work. So in graphical display, it will display all the menus and all he want to works, which are different types of operation he want to perform with the help of graphical display. So these are the graphical display. So he can do any work he want to do with the help of graphical display. Then direct manipulation will be done with the help of graphical display. Then came the microprocessor. In microprocessor, the system in which if you are using single processor or multiprocessor, the execution of the process will be fast. So then came the concept of World Wide Web for the purpose of communication. With the help of internet, they can communicate or user can communicate any location throughout the world. Global information can be accessed with the help of www. Then these are the examples of ubiquitous paradigm shift. First one is your batch processing, second one is your time sharing, third one is a networking, fourth one graphical display, fourth one is a fifth one will be a microprocessor, in which single or multiprocessor system will be used. Then came your World Wide Web, in which the global information was shared by multiple users. Then the ubiquitous computing. So in Ubiquitous, with the help of internet and the devices, the communication made simple, and computing was carried out by the help of these different devices. A symbiosis of physical and electronics works in the service of everyday activities will be done with the help of ubiquitous computing. So in time sharing, it was used in 1940s and 1950s, expressive technological growth. 1916 need to channel the power. Then JCR linker for APRA, ARPA, single computing supporting multiple users. So in time sharing, single computer was used for multiple users. Video display units, more suitable medium than paper. In 1962, Sutherland's sketchpad, computer for visual and manipulating the data. One person contribution could drastically change the history of computing. Programming toolkits. Engelbert's at Stanford Research Institutes use this programming toolkit in which they are using the argumenting intellect in 1963. In 1968, NLS argument system demonstration was carried out. The right programming tools kit provides building blocks to producing complex interactive system. Then came your PC. In 1970s, Puppet's logo language for simple graphical programming by the children. A system is more powerful as it becomes easier to use. Future of computing in small, powerful machine dedicated to the individuals. K at Xerox Parks, the Dena book as the ultimate personal computer was used. Then came Windows system and WAMP interface. Human can pursue more than one task at a time. So multitasking was carried out. Windows used for dialogue partnering to change the topic. In 1988, Xerox Star first commercial windowing system was implemented. Windows, icon, menus, and pointers now familiar interaction mechanism are used. Metaphor, relating computing to other real-world activities is effective teaching techniques. Logo, dragging and its tail, file management, file handling was carried out on a Office desktop, word processing as a typing, then financial analysis on a spreadsheet, virtual reality, user inside the metaphor. Problems, some tasks do not fit into the given metaphor. It was a cultural bias. Direct manipulation. In 1982, Sniderman describes appeals to graphically based interaction, visibility of object, incremental actions and rapid feedback, reversibility encourage exploration, synthetic correctness of all the action, replace language with action. In 1984, Apple Macintosh, the model which was used for direct manipulation. Language versus action. Do not have always speak louder than the word. So in this, it means that whichever actions should be performed and how it should be performed will be carried out. Then interface replaces underlying system, language paradigms, interface as a mediator, interface act as an intelligent agent. Programming by example is about action and language. So action speaks louder than the word. So which are actions? So user can easily understand how the action will be give more information than the word. Then came the hypertext. In 1945, Vannevar Bush and the Memex, key to success in managing explosion of the information. Nelson described hypertext as a non-linear browsing structure to access the hyper information or any information, hypermedia and multimedia information. Then multimodality, a mode of human communication channels. So in this, emphasis was simultaneous use of multiple channels for input and output. More than one channel was used for the input and output. Computer support cooperative work, CSCW, removes bias of single user or single computer system, can no longer neglect the social aspects. Electronics mail is the most prominent success, which is using the CSCW. Then the World Wide Web, hypertext as originally realized as a closed system. System Universal Protocol, HTTP, and markup language, HTML, made publishing and accessing easy. critical mass of users lead to the complete transformation of our information economically. Then agent-based interface. So in agent-based interface, original interface, direct manipulation, and agents. So in original interface, commands are given to the computer which are language-based. Direct manipulation, commands refers on a word representation. Action, which was an action-based. And agents returns to the language by using instilling the proactivity and intelligence in the command processor. Some examples, Avtar's natural language processing was used. Now, the ubiquitous computing, the most powerful, profound technology are those that disappear. Late in 1980s, computer was very apparent how to make it disappear, sync and embed distributed in a physical world. Design interaction that don't demand our intention. So in this, multiple objects or atoms were connected with the help of internet.